Welcome, welcome to season two of the Holy Shhh Podcast, first show 2025 Smackdown post show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
It's Minx Mayhem, Minx of the Mayhem.
2025, first Smackdown in the books, and oh, what a Smackdown it was! It is
3 hours.
Officially Tiffy time. That is no longer just a moniker, a start to the song, the intro. That is real life.
Tiffy
and she is
time.
the new. What was that?
Tiffy time.
We have a new WWE Women's Champion. She cashed in out of nowhere tonight. Out of nowhere, man. Ryan,
She pulled a Randy
just
Orton.
get your thoughts on that before we jump into how it all started and how we got there. Just Tiffy, the new champ.
It's about time that it's Tiffy time. They were teasing it forever. I'm glad they finally pulled the trigger, and they did it on a night that we didn't expect. I expected it to be during like a Royal Rumble or something like that, but for them to pull it out on a SmackDown, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was after a really, really great match.
Yeah, definitely. Minx, your overall thoughts on it officially being Tiffy time?
Honestly, I thought it was just a distraction for Nia Jax to win. But when she actually cashed in, I was just shocked. Congrats to her. Not hating on her. She deserves it.
Chuck, your thoughts. We'll dive into it later, but just overall, quick, what's your thoughts on the new women's champion?
This is genius. The first SmackDown of the new year, starting off with a new champ. Especially when I hate to say I was starting to kind of get fatigued with our champs. Like I used to like long reigns, but now I'm kind of like give me some surprises here and there. And this was a surprise, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes, it was. But before we get to that, let's start off. SmackDown starts off Cody Rhodes, and he is joined by Drew McIntyre, who tries to make it seem like he's there for Cody, but the Nightmare, he was not having it. And as Drew walked off, he warned Cody and said, "You better watch your back." And out comes Kevin Owens, who lays out Cody Rhodes to start SmackDown. Officials had to come down and break it up. But before it all started, it was a small little glance look at Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. And I've been seeing this look with him, Seth. Something is brewing. But your thoughts on Ron T, your thoughts on the intro of SmackDown?
I thought it was a really great way to start it, especially after the way it ended with Cody being laid out. He came out, talked to the crowd, had a little bit of edge to him. Then Drew McIntyre came out and looked like he was on his side. And Drew always said he tells the truth, and maybe he was telling the truth. That I don't have nothing against you. But Cody shut him down. I like this dynamic that they got going between the three of them. And like you said with Seth Rollins, and maybe we get a heel turn from Cody at some point. I'm interested. I'm really interested. It's a good way to start it. Give Cody something to work with outside of the bloodline.
Definitely. Chuck, your thoughts on the opening of SmackDown?
I'm kind of impartial, and due to the fact that I enjoyed the segment, especially due to the fact that the direction is really cementing itself of where can we go from here? Because not only do we have Kevin Owens beef, now we can, as he told Aldis in the back, bring Drew, bring anybody. I'll take them all on, as Cody said. So for me, it really cemented that. The reason I didn't like it was I sometimes as a wrestling fan, it's like you went through this excruciating circumstance last time, and this week you're fine, like nothing's wrong with you. And sometimes it's like, all right, well, they played on the fact that he was hurting from the package power driver last week, but this week he's completely fine. And it's certain stuff like that. It's like mentally, it's like you should still be kind of something. It's like he came out perfectly fine this week, but last week, Kevin put you through the ringer. But as far as storylines go, I'm liking that they're keeping the story going. Sometimes I wish wrestlers would really sell the injuries a little more.
Yeah. Minx, your thoughts on the opening? Cody, Drew, Kevin, the whole shenanigans.
I honestly think this is a great opening. Like, the whole Drew coming out, and honestly, I thought he was trying to give him his props, but then when I thought about it, I'm like, wait, no, it's Drew McIntyre. There's something up his sleeve. So to see that he obviously is in like some kind of alliance with Crash Out Kevin Owens, that is dangerous as hell. I can't wait to see it, and I agree with Ron. I think it was Ron. Are we going to see a heel Cody? Because I remember back in the day when Cody was a heel, and he did amazing at that. So I can't wait.
Yeah. We got our Minx female perspective, but we're going to get another bonus female perspective as we get Shay joining us. Shay,
Bring her out.
Your thoughts on the intro of SmackDown with Cody and Kevin Owens?
I enjoyed it. I was kind of confused when I heard Drew's music come on. I was like, what the hell's going on? And it was just, I'm so annoyed with Kevin Owens right now. I just want him to have this title match, and whoever wins, wins. I'm just tired of him.
Tired of Kevin
over.
Owens.
Like, I'm supposed to be blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
Well, we all know when it's all said and done, my guy's going to reign supreme. And still.
I actually agree with that.
And still.
Randy Orton.
But after I'll get out of here.
I am expecting that, though. I am expecting Randy Orton to get involved in this match, probably.
Soon. Something's gonna happen soon. But after that, we got Nakamura, who defeats Andrade, and afterwards, LA Knight lays out the champ, letting it be known that he is still has his eyes set on the United States Championship. Chuck Jordan, your thoughts on Nakamura getting the dub?
I enjoyed the match. I didn't enjoy the after calls. I'm really kind of over LA Knight. I'm kind of want the story to go forward. Let's leave LA Knight in the afterburners. Let's keep going. Who's next? Who's next after Andrade, Mello, and LA Knight? What's next for Shinsuke? Let's not keep going back to the guys he's already beaten. Let's pick a new guy. Let's go forward. Shinsuke's looking good. I like it.
You agreeing with him, Minx?
I'm totally agreeing with him. I mean, he beat Andrade, he beat Carmelo, and he beat LA Knight. LA Knight just needs to take the L and get over it, because I'm tired of it. LA Knight, shut up. Like, honestly, but I was happy to see how well Andrade did in that match. Like, he did really well. Like, it just, to me, it kind of seemed like he was the one in control of that match. So to see Shinsuke win kind of didn't make any sense, because he had him like on multiple occasions, and I was like, yo, how did this just happen? But I agree with Chuck. Like, find him some new opponents, make them do some cool shit. He got that Shogun Shinsuke look going on. Give him something else.
Right. Shogun. But before we go any further, a quick shout out to JG Beats on Instagram. Shout out Dutch Schultz. Shout out to El Catalog. Hard Cheese says it's Tiffy time. Yes, it is Hard Cheese Art. And shout out Dominique, 2025 female content creator of the year in the chat. And Soto 619, 2024 male creator of the year, also in the chat. He says, I'm here for the Minx Meat Chin coverage. That is an inside joke. If you don't know, just check out the thread. Just check out
coming up.
It is coming
No,
up.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's
Ron
next.
T. Ron T, your thoughts on Nakamura?
I'm still with LA Knight. But I think this match should happen just to close out LA's story with Shinsuke. Have him move on to something else. Then Shinsuke can find another opponent. I don't know how many other opponents they got. Maybe Apollo Crews can be an opponent. Just get some more people in the mix. And I don't know what's next for LA Knight, but they need some other type of feud after this Shinsuke Nakamura. Something he can build with. Maybe something with Cody or something like that. But I remember saying before, I think that LA Knight as a babyface has run its course, and I think it's time for LA Knight as a heel because he's more interesting as a character as a heel as well. So hopefully we get that after he's done with Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'll pose a question for you, Ron. Pose a question
Yeah.
for you. He's already beaten him twice. How many more times do I have to beat you until you just stop feeling so entitled that you deserve a fight with me?
Well, that's what what I mean by LA Knight's heel, his heel turn or heel run needs to happen because that was LA Knight, the entitlement. That was him when he was Eli Drake with TNA. So it still goes with his character. He's just gonna have more and more heel tendencies to where he just goes straight heel, and that's what's gonna make him more interesting as a character.
So another Carmelo. So another Carmelo. So another Carmelo.
Well, as a heel, he capitalized and he wasn't empty talk, and he's held a title. That's the difference between Carmelo and LA Knight is that LA Knight had the title. So
yeah, definitely. We had a quick comment in the chat. Shout out Michaela, the wrestling queen over with the familiar. She says, yes, heel LA Knight will work. Yes, 100%. 100% it will. And Sodo 619 says, lame Knight better not beat Shinsuke. And shout out JB Wrestling. He say, what's good, everybody? All of you keep up the good work. All deserve your flowers and recognition. And I hope you all have a good year. Good luck, JBW. Appreciate that, brother.
Appreciate you.
But Shay, while you're here, let's get your opinion on this next women's match with Mi Chin defeats Piper Nevin with the U.S. champ Chelsea Green ringside. Your thoughts on Mi Chin still being in the contention for the U.S. title?
I think it's valid. I really think that she is a good number one contender for the United States Championship. And what she did today was really good. I mean, I knew she was going to beat Piper Niven anyway, but got to give flowers when flowers are due. So
Definitely. Minx, your thoughts on Mi Chin? This is what people are here. The Mi Chin coverage from Minx. Your thoughts, though?
Yeah, Soto, if you're watching, this is your fault.
Drum roll, please.
Mi Chin. Okay, there we go. Round of applause. Okay, I felt like she did extremely great. Was I surprised? No. Honestly, I think she's a pretty good contender. I could get some hate in the chat, so Abe, watch the chats.
I got it.
Honestly, I feel like this whole Chelsea Green title run kind of reminds me of Eva Marie. Eva Marie. Do you not remember? Wasn't it Piper Niven who was alongside her back then? But except she was like, "Oh, her name's Dewdrop" or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. It kind of reminds me of that title run. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now.
Don't like it now. Shout out Tony Hayes in the comments. He says, Chuck looks like Willie Mack's cousin. Have you noticed that? He somewhat does look like Willie Mack a little bit. I'm not sure if everybody is familiar with who Willie Mack is. If not, there he is. That's Willie Mack.
What's
Willie
up,
Mack.
cuz?
Willie Mack, Chuck Jordan. Not for sure if I see it, but hey, shout out Tony Hayes. But Chuck, your thoughts on Michin?
I've always felt that she was underrated. She's always been a great performer. She just never wins nothing, and most of her matches, she's just known as the chick with the kendo stick. And I'm really liking that they're finally giving her a push. Um, didn't really like the match with her and Piper. Felt like we're all the women that I'm looking on the roster and it says they have 13 to 15 women, but it seemed like they only use 5. So I'm like, where are the main? And this is just on SmackDown. Where's the women at on the roster? And then you're focusing all your attention for this Netflix thing that you're draining the roster. You need to keep both brands pushing both brands. I just don't understand what they're doing right now. But all in all, it was a good match, I guess. I was happy she got the win, even though I'm not surprised because we already know where it was going to go. It's going to go for a rematch for that United States women's belt.
You feel the same way, Ron?
I did like the match. I hear what Chuck says about these other women that need to be involved. I think this mid-card title, this U.S. title, is the reason why Michin is getting a push that she deserves now. Because when you just had one title, everybody else is kind of just hanging around. But because they have this other title, you can showcase other women, and that's what they need to be doing. So I kind of agree with Chuck about putting all the rest of the roster on hold for this Netflix show. They need to still be pushing SmackDown because it's 3 hours. It's its own thing. Let the women that are on SmackDown be showcased on SmackDown, and then worry about the people that are on Raw for the Netflix thing. So I agree with that. As far as the match, I thought Michin did a really good job. I really enjoyed the match. I think her and Piper have really good chemistry as well. I also like the fact that I actually disagree with Minx about this Chelsea Green thing because I really enjoying it. I'm liking the things she's doing on social media. I like that her post today was she's in her second year as the U.S. women's title, women's champion. I think all this stuff is funny. So I think that's something that she has that Ava Marie or Ava what's her name?
Eva Marie. In my
Eva
opinion,
Marie,
the only difference between the two is Eva Marie couldn't wrestle.
She couldn't.
Yeah,
Chelsea
Eva
Green
Marie
can actually wrestle. Chelsea can actually get in the ring and wrestle.
Eva Marie didn't have as much personality as Chelsea Green. One,
and she couldn't wrestle.
When it comes to her wrestling, her wrestling, she didn't get a chance to showcase any wrestling. Her second time back around when she had the dewdrop and all that, she never wrestled. So there's no telling what her ability might have been at that point in time. But with that aside, just Chelsea Green is funny. Chelsea Green has more personality. She's better on the mic. She has a whole lot of other skills because she's a veteran. And either way it goes, Eva Marie was somebody that they was trying to make into a wrestler who should have just been down at NXT, honestly, and growing her craft and the performance center, and she didn't get the reps that she should have gotten. So
definitely.
Yeah. So I'm liking this Chelsea Green thing.
But shout out Michaela on Instagram. She says Michin deserves it all. And Dominique is saying on TikTok that they could care less about the women's main roster. I definitely feel that when I watch NXT and how they handle their roster, and then you come up and watch SmackDown and Raw, it is a huge difference. So I might have to agree with Dominique there. They are
They
dropping the ball.
Agree.
I think they said they have 15 on one and 19 on the other, and then there's like 19 or 20 on NXT. But they literally focus on 5 women on SmackDown, 3 women on Raw, and Raw actually has more women than SmackDown, but they focus on just 3 plus EO here and there. It just is blasphemy on how you can have a solid roster and can't use them.
Tony Hayes says Mia Yim was cool. What happened to her?
She's Michin now.
Yeah, she's Michin now. And I just found out that I always thought WWE made her change it. She wanted to change it. Michin was her childhood nickname that her mother used to call her, or grandmother. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I was confused. I thought that was a Vinnie Mac move, but seems like it wasn't.
Yeah, Mia Yim was cool, but Michin's a winner.
Michin is a winner.
That's what happened to her.
The next segment, though, we got Paul Heyman comes out saying how Roman Reigns will defeat Solo Sikoa Monday night in the tribal combat, and he will reign supreme. But then out comes Solo and says, you will hold the Ula Fowler, Paul Heyman, and if Roman reigns, you will put it on him, and I will acknowledge him. But if I win, you will put it on me. When I win. You will put it on me, and you will be my wise man forever. Forever. You shaking your head, Shay? You shaking your head, Shay? Your thoughts on this segment? What you think, Shay?
Oh my God!
Well, you see that towel in the back? You see that towel in the back?
Right there. Oh,
wait. That's your Christmas tree.
Anyways, I love the segment. Anytime Paul's in a segment, I love it because he always speaks the truth. I personally, Solo Sikoa is like bringing his own self down because he is not going to win on Monday night, especially after. Well, we didn't. You're not talking about that now, but the main event, whatever, of tonight, he's not gonna win. Roman Reigns is gonna win on Monday for sure.
What'd you think about your boy Paul Heyman, Chuck, on SmackDown?
When he said,
"I don't,"
I'm afraid I might pee on myself. And then so was like, why? It's like, because last time I said anything about you, I got put through the table right there. And I know you'll call your ravaging dogs to do it to me again. Right. And I was like, and I know a lot of people hate Solo, and I think he's done a tremendous job on becoming hated because he's doing his role as a heel. He has people wanting to throw stuff at him at live shows. But if you ever watch the little like clips of him back, like talking to the fans, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I all in all, I wouldn't be surprised if they swerved us. But I'm hoping Roman wins, but I would not be surprised if they swerved us, especially for after tonight. We didn't think Tiffany was ever gonna cash in, to be honest with you. I was extremely happy she did, but it's been a long time coming. But where do you go next?
Tony says Glass Solo didn't break character at that piss spot.
Me too. I thought he was. I swear I thought he was.
But my whole thing is, where do we go next? And that's one thing Paul has said in one of his it was a off script little segment. They was talking about how the bloodline is this long episodic, like it's like a sitcom. It's like, all right, but he said the one thing you always have to ask yourself is, this can't be the last match. You have to always think, where can we go next? Which is the only reason I'm afraid that they might try to swerve us or do something stupid. But I'm going with Roman. But I thought this segment was amazing, like chef's kiss.
Well, we're going to keep this thing. I know I didn't get everybody's opinion, but we got a little time crunch here. But after that, DIY and the Motor City Machine Gun ends in the disqualification as Pretty Deadly comes out. They were fighting Legato del Fantasma ended up in the ring. They fell
Oh,
over
you
on
got it
DI.
right the first time.
Yeah, got it. And they fell over on.
He's been working on it.
I've been
working
That's
on
your
it.
meeting right there.
He's been working on it, Ron.
With Minx being on the show, I want to show respect to my Espanol. You know what I mean? And give it a little
Legata
attention.
del Fantasma.
Del Fantasma.
Pretty.
And I put the twang on it. But anyway,
Hey, but no, Ron. Look, on the morning afters, he be practicing, fam. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I got it. I got it. But it ends in a DQ. But backstage, the interaction that Pretty Deadly was having with DIY, like they working together in cahoots and they might get a tag team title. I like how this is all stirring together right here like this. Ryan, your thoughts on this?
I'm glad to see Pretty Deadly doing something other than trying to get people to sign a petition for the musical. Because they were supposed to be with Tiffy and then that didn't work out, and they were directionless. So
yeah.
Looks like they got something going, and it's good to have them going somewhere instead of in circles.
Right. Minx got the thumbs down. Can we get an explanation?
Yes, boy.
That's why. Okay, I just feel like Pretty Deadly. If you're watching, you're probably not. But can you stop dressing like that?
They're children at Fandango. They're Fandango's children.
I'm just saying.
You don't like a man with a blouse?
It's so weird. Like, it's hard for me to take you seriously when you dress like a girl.
Yeah, that's the point. They're Fandango's children.
Yeah, that is not fashion.
High fashion. You gotta ask Coach. That's high fashion right there.
Anyways, I just don't feel like. I feel like they're trying to work their way into something, but give it to somebody who's more interesting.
Yeah.
Give it to Legado del Fantasma or whatever. Like, we don't want. I know they're getting they're probably gonna get a match with like Pretty Deadly or whatever, but come on now, Pretty Deadly. That whole yes boy thing just throws me all the way off. Like, I can't get over their gear. I can't get over their outfits. It's hard for me to take you seriously when you look like a Twinkle Toes fairy.
It's provocative.
Tony
it keeps the people going.
Yes,
there's a side peck and there is a side boob with Pretty Deadly. That's oh my god. Yeah, they do leave very little to the imagination.
Real fast, the only thing I didn't like is the fact that I feel like they came at the detriment of the Street Profits. Like, all this is happening because the Street Profits are now back on the shelf because they're hurt.
Yeah. Definitely. Shout out Tony Bennett. Y'all check him out. Make sure y'all follow him on all platforms. But
Jody.
What up, though, Jody?
Jody. My bad. Jody. But yeah, let's get into what everybody wants to talk about.
It wasn't the main event, but it was the main event.
It was the main event of the evening with the help of Tiffany. Nia Jax defeats Naomi, but afterwards, Tiffany tells Nia to attack Bianca, and she does. As soon as she turns her back, Tiffany turns on Nia, hits her with the briefcase, allowing Bianca set up KOD, laying her out. Tiffany, I'm thinking it's a joke. It's not going to happen. Not tonight, not on a random SmackDown in 2025, but she grabs the ref, hands the briefcase, cashes in, prettiest moonsault, 1, 2, 3, and guess what, Chuck? Tell them what time it is now.
Tiffy time!
New WWE champion Tiffany Stratton. Chuck, your thoughts on Tiffany winning, cashing in?
Man, first and foremost, like I said earlier, this is how you bring in a new year. New year, new champ, especially like I said earlier, I was starting to get a lot of wrestling fatigue, like with our champions. Like, it's kind of, some of them are kind of going stale as being champion. It's like, all right, give us something new, give us something exciting. And Tiffy came out, was like, no, I'm cashing in. I'm like, oh, is she gonna do it? and then she hit she threw the referee over the little banister and hit Naomi. And I'm like, oh, she ain't gonna do it. But then when she pushed Bianca in and was like, hit her, I'm like, she's gonna do it. She hit the KOD, pulled her out, threw her over thing. I'm like, she's not. Then she got on the rope, did the moonsault. I'm like, God damn it, let's go, Tiffy.
Let's go, Tiffy. And new women's champion. Unbelievable. Minx, your thoughts on Tiffy winning?
Honestly, I've been waiting, but I called it. I said she's gonna do it before WrestleMania. I didn't say before Royal Rumble. I should have been more specific, but I said WrestleMania. But
Good call.
honestly, I thought it was gonna be done on, as a surprise thing on Raw and Netflix. But
Thank God they did. They saved something for SmackDown.
yeah, but
Thank you, Ryan.
I'm happy with it. It was like an explosive match, and then she cashed in. Prettiest moonsault. I was so happy for her. Like, now we just gotta look forward to Nia Jax going after her for the title again. And what's that little purple haired girl's name?
Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae, yeah.
Going after her, and pretty much after like Bianca Belair had her back, there might be an alliance there now, maybe.
No, she threw her over the
No,
table.
she threw her over
I think it was
the
a
table.
wrap
That's
for
over. That's done.
Maybe. You
Right.
never know.
I wanted to say that Nia Jax took some high flying bumps, like about 3 or 4 of them tonight, and we might not see Nia for about a week. that was a lot of bumps from the top rope, and but no, she did an excellent job. Just the fact that she took those bumps, like big ups to Nia Jax. If anybody had anything negative to say about Nia Jax's ability, they should shut up after watching this match, because she showed how much she's grown. She's a safe worker. She made sure everybody was good in the match. She made sure everybody, like no one got hurt. She sold how she was supposed to sell. That whole setup with the KOD, that was crazy. Just the
Hey,
fact
Ron,
that,
I know this isn't NXT, but can you give us one, man?
what do you mean?
Breakout? Come on, man. Give this
Oh
give
yeah,
this a
no,
breakout.
this was Nia Jax breakout performance of the night right here.
Graphics.
And yeah, this match, and Naomi showed why she won that TNA Women's Championship and was a legitimate champion as well. So I expect her to be. I know she's not going to be in the World Championship picture anymore, but I definitely expect her to be one of the challengers for that U.S. title, unless she ends up, unless they just, they're going to focus on her with this tag title for a minute. But excellent match.
They're being reemergent Jade.
Yeah, I don't know when she's going to show up, but I'm looking forward to that as well.
She's slowly back on social media, though.
I saw she had that picture of her completely
like
covered
Carrie.
in blood like Carrie, so I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, Shay, your thoughts on
I'm not gonna be long. I just think about it's about damn time, man. I was so excited when she first came out. I was like, it's gonna happen. And then it didn't happen. But then it did happen. And I was happy.
Finally.
I threw my hands up and everything. I was like, oh!
I was like, oh my God.
Right. We've been in this era lately where it's been like all these title reigns been just crazy long. It's nothing surprising. So that was refreshing tonight. Just like something out the blue. You didn't see it really promoted. You didn't feel like it was about to come no time soon. But so like I appreciate whoever pulled the trigger and made that happen. Definitely a top moment so far in 2025. Tiffy is officially WWE champion. Amazing.
Better than
It felt
Drew
like that was
McIntyre.
the end of the show, but it wasn't. It wasn't. We got the actual main event where Bloodline 2.0 defeats Bloodline OGs in a triple threat match. It was a pretty good match. It was decent. Your thoughts on the main event, Minx? Bloodline 2.0 standing strong.
You know what? I'm not surprised, and this might throw everyone off. Damn, Jay, you got close.
Right.
What? I'm cold. I'm sorry.
This might throw everyone off, but honestly, uh, I think Solo Sikoa is gonna take it.
Ooh.
He has but Paul Heyman didn't have to throw them strays at him though. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa can't go out of the country. Jacob Fatu can't go to
Right,
state
man.
prison.
That
Like
felt a little Donald Trumpish when he was saying that. I
that,
don't know, was
he
it
was
just me?
throwing strays. Like, and those were hurtful. I would have been hurt if he said that
Right,
about me.
man. Ain't allowed in
Like,
America. You people, what's
He
up?
yeah,
definitely, he
Jacob's not
definitely
allowed
ran it
anywhere
by them.
outside of a penitentiary.
yes.
Right.
I was like, wow. No, he did not. But other than that, like, if you really think about it, look at the leadership of the old bloodline and the leadership of the new bloodline. I'm not gonna lie, I gave it to Solo because he's running his perfectly. They respect him, they're loyal to him. On the other hand, Roman Reigns
He's
was
there
like
every
smacking
week.
him. Yeah, Roman Reigns was like smacking him around and like threatening him, basically using brute force to get him in line. But imagine if he wins and the whole bloodline has to answer to Solo. How powerful would that be? Just
Ooh,
think about that.
ooh, crazy.
Scary.
Crazy. Chuck, your thoughts on the main event?
I was over it. And the sad thing is this is the one thing I was looking forward to, but after Tiffy's cash in, and I think I just, like I said, I've been having wrestling fatigue, maybe because we watch so much wrestling, but I've seen these guys wrestle so many times. After a while, they just start getting kind of boring. Like, I'm like, all right, he's gonna do this. Okay, they're gonna do this. Oh, they shocked me with the ending, but I don't know. I was just like, Jacob's gonna take over, then they're gonna do this, and I'm just like, at what point are we just gonna be like, all right, we're done with this type of turmoil?
I think Monday we getting there. I think Monday we are gonna turn a corner. And we're gonna get a different page here.
Like,
You know
and
what
the sad thing is, I would love to see, and how do I say this without sounding stupid? With Roman, everyone who left him became a star on their own except for Jimmy. But Jimmy got put into the ground. Solo is making stars around him except for Botchaloa. And that's because, well, no, then again, Botchaloa is a star on his own just for being a botch. So it's like,
Taken.
but it's like Jay left, and because of Roman, he became the star. Jacob's with Solo, and somehow his catchphrase is "I love you, Solo," but that is the one thing that's making him like he's into the stratosphere. So both their leadership.
Tap me in.
Hold on a second. Give me let me cook for a second. Jesus, always trying to cut me off. What I'm saying is, both their leadership is it's there's no wrong way to be a leader. Sometimes you have to lead with by example, and sometimes you have to lead with actually being a team player. And I think Solo's a team player where Roman's like, do what I do, follow my example. Do I think he's an ass? Of course so. But sometimes you have to be an ass for people to take you serious. Because when he was a good guy and I'm with the crowd, I'm the big dog for you guys, didn't nobody give a shit about him. As soon as he was like, F y'all, I am the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I'm gonna make you respect me. All of a sudden, after 4 years, he walks out. Cleveland, acknowledge me, and everybody goes crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Minx, your rebuttal.
You know what? I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. Like, he cut me off and I just went blank. So skip me until I remember again.
Ryan, any thoughts on the main event?
I thought they made Solo look strong. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think this whole night really made Solo look strong. Just the whole fact that he came out and held his hand out and made Paul Heyman give him the mic. It seemed like they're building to something. Now I still think Roman is going to win.
That. My bad.
Me too.
I feel there's no way Roman loses. as much Solo has progressed, he still ain't ready to be that guy. I do
Shout
agree
out
with
to the
that.
wise man.
The wise man.
Wise
But
man.
I think Roman wins it, and my prediction is that at the end of all of this, he puts the Ulafala on Roman. He acknowledges Roman as the tribal chief, and Jacob Fatu turns to Solo and says, "I loved you, Solo," and takes Solo out. And I think that's when The Rock is going to show up. I think something to that extent is going to happen. I hope it happens that way, because just from going from "I love you, Solo" to "I loved you, Solo," and then it should shoot Jacob to the next level. Okay, Minx, go ahead.
I remembered. He said his first line, and I remembered. His tagline is "I love you, Solo," right? That's pretty much all he does. Like, they don't really give him that much mic time. But, by the way, I don't agree with Pat the Wise Man's comment, but I'm going to move on. But, I do see Solo winning, but I do see Jacob busting a solo move on Solo. Solo's just the enforcer, but somehow every Friday, every Monday, no matter what show they're on, Jacob Fatu is outdoing Solo every time. I don't care what nobody says. He's the main star. Solo's just there. The real star is Jacob Fatu. When they get ready to turn him loose, oh my God, I cannot wait. He's going to absolutely destroy.
Shay, any last?
My bad. Go ahead.
I think any last words on the main event?
I think the only reason why they're making Solo out to be so strong right now is my predictions is he's going to lose on Monday.
Yeah,
Roman.
definitely. That's what they typically do. But
Yeah.
Damn, I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry.
But Chuck, you were saying.
I was gonna say something about what Ron said. With Ron, it's like I think it's one of those things where the whole time for tonight, even with Paul coming out, it was we were breeding you to become the chief after Roman's completely done. Mm-hmm. You got antsy and stole it for yourself, and you wouldn't make your own crew without thinking. You're just acting instead of doing the things we were teaching you to become the chief. So now Roman has to put you back in your place, even though at the end of the day, when Roman packs up and leaves, who's going to be the new tribal chief? They were prepping it for him. But now it's like, all right, well, say all the bloodline comes as one now. Now it's who's the new chief when I'm done, because he's already said he only has a few more years left. And I think as far as the Jacob thing, there can't be two enforcers. It's only gonna be one. And at the end of the day, if y'all are already saying that y'all would have never had us three in here, and he went out on his own and acted on his own accord and brought us here, even though he wants us here, like I said with the cousin analogy we always used last year, with you'll invite Solo to the cookout. Jacob's not invited, but Solo be like, I got a +1, but he'll sneak Jacob in because that's his cousin. Now it's like Roman's like, yeah, but we would have never invited y'all three. But yeah, now what are you gonna do with us three? And if you don't accept this, we'll just turn on you. And I think I'm just trying to figure out where they can go. Like I keep saying, what Paul Heyman said at one time was, where do you go next? You always have to think of what's next, and like not just be living in the moment. Like living in the moment is great, but we've seen what happened when we lived in the moment. They couldn't think of nothing to do with Cody for the longest until now.
Yeah,
because they was living in the moment of right now. He has to beat the story right now. What's next? There was nothing next for him. They had to build something for him over time instead of just already having something lined up for him. All right, we're done with this, but what's next? We're done with this, but what's next? We're done with this, but what's next? So always, me personally, I've always, after hearing Paul Heyman say that, I've always tried to think of, all right, let's live in now as far as the the moment of enjoyment, but where can they go next with it? And I'm done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out Tony Hayes. He always got his Tony gotta have his jokes. He say, I'm pretty sure Abe is a member of Ice Cube's new NWA group, and I ain't talking about Wrestling Willis. And then he goes on, where does he say? Is there a Ron T sing Stevie Wonder and other artists album somewhere? Do you do cover albums, Ron T? That's what he wants to know.
I don't do cover albums, but I got a couple cover songs though.
A couple cover songs, but on a scale of 1 to 10, Shay, what are you giving SmackDown tonight?
8.
8 from Shay. Minx.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10. We got the Tiffy cash in, and you know what, Paul Heyman. Really? Okay. Me chin.
Say it faster. Stop saying it so slow.
Me chin.
There you go.
There you go. She did it, guys. Where's the claps, eh?
Really?
There you go. Ron T. Scale of
lines, guys.
I give it an 8. I give it an 8. It could have been better if they paced it a little bit better. I think that's something that they're gonna have to adjust for SmackDown for it being 3 hours. But I thought they did a pretty good job, and there were excellent matches. Story moved forward, and we got Tiffy as the new champion. So I give it an 8.
Chuck.
I was originally going with it like a 6, but I heard Paul Heyman and I heard Tiffy cash in, so I'm going to push it up to an 8.
8. I am going to side with Minx. I'm giving this a perfect 10. This was just what happened with Tiffy, the build up with just Tiffy alone. We don't get that this day and age, just a random surprise of a cash in. So that was dope. 10 from me. Excellent show. Excellent show.
And here's last thing. I think the show itself was great, but I don't know about y'all, but I felt the 3 hours.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Like, geez, Louise, I've missed 2 hours already. I was like,
yeah,
we're still going. I was like, like Tiffy cashed in. I was like, that's the end of the match. And I looked at the clock. I was like, there's still another match. We're still going.
Right. Well, we thank y'all for joining us. Season 2 kicks off here at the Holy Shhh Podcast 2025, and we got some dope things coming. Y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout. It's tons of promos going to hit your waves soon for Mayhem Battle Boxes. Our next big IWC PLE coming up, so to say. Man, look out for that. Tons of stuff coming. We back to our usual routine. We took a little hiatus for our season-ending Holy Awards, but we're back. You can see us morning after for Monday Night Raw and NXT. You can see me and Bro Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite post show, and you guys can always catch us here like you are right now for SmackDown post show on Friday. Tons of other stuff coming up. We'll get to all of that, but till then, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
This is Main Event Minx Mayhem.
Shay reacts.
Main Event Minx. Shay reacts. Appreciate you, ladies. Till next time, we out. Holy Shhh Podcast 2020.